Okay. I'd like to congratulate Vanderbilt for a job well done. Played great all weekend. Certainly played a great game tonight. They swung the bats extremely well. Pitching-wise, we just didn't have an answer for them. Strider struggled a little bit early in the game. We had to go to the bullpen again early. In 4 ball games, we really only got a significant start out of one guy. So it makes it awfully tough when you have to go to the pen. We had used a number of our guys out of the pen up until tonight's game. But once you get that momentum going, it's very difficult to stop it. And you got to give them credit. It's certainly not indicative of our season, though. And I think that's one thing that that needs to be said. This is a tough loss, and they don't get any tougher. Anytime you lose a game to end the year in your home regional, and to lose in the fashion that we did, to get beat the way we did, it's extremely tough. But that being said, our team won 47 games this year. That was the most of any Clemson team since 2006. That's 12 years. That's 12 years. So make sure that our guys get the credit that they deserve for a great year. It did not end the way that we wanted it to end. It was tough getting through that game tonight, getting hit the way that we got hit. But the guys in our dugout did some really good things this year. Most wins of any Clemson team in the last 12 years. A school record for one-run wins, 16. 16 games. We won by 1 run. That says a lot about our guys. Yes, tonight was tough for all of us, but give our guys the credit that they are due. Look at the guys that had unbelievable years for us, all the seniors. And we're going to lose a lot of juniors to the draft, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We had some guys that had some great years. We lost 400 innings of starting pitching from last year's team. So our pitching staff, even though they got hit pretty hard tonight, they deserve a lot of credit for what they did this year. Those guys did a phenomenal job. We hit 98 home runs, if my number's right. I don't know if that's exactly right, but we hit 98 home runs. Did some good things offensively, too. Would have liked to have been a little bit better tonight. But we scored 6 runs, had some opportunities in the game to break it open and get back in it, I should say. It's probably a better way to say it. But it just didn't happen for us. There's a lot of guys that I'd like to mention. Guys like Robert Jolly. Robert Jolly came to Clemson because it was his dream school. Came here. I can remember recruiting him when I was at the College of Charleston, and he told me on his visit that, well, Clemson's my dream school. And it kind of bothered me. And then I got a chance to coach him. And he's what college baseball is all about. I mean, this is a guy that worked his butt off, competed as hard as he could for us for 4 years, and had a great career. Seth Beer. You just don't get a chance to coach guys like Seth Beer, but probably once in a lifetime. And that's the truth, to get a chance to coach a guy that's had the type of college career and to see the work that he put in here in this program in his 3 years here. And I certainly hope somebody takes him tomorrow in the first round because they're getting a heck of a hitter. Ryan Miller. We don't have the team that we have this year if he doesn't do what he did out of the bullpen. Had a tremendous career here. Well, one thing you need to know about Ryan Miller got hurt his sophomore year in junior college. And then he got hurt last year. He only threw 9 innings last year for us. And the kid came back as a senior after having 2 years where he battled injuries and had a monster senior year. I think he's going to pitch in the big leagues. I really do. I can't thank Ryan Miller enough. Chris Williams. Chris Williams came across the country to be Chris Oakey's backup, as he told me when we were on the phone. Wound up playing third base, playing first base his first year for us. We don't get as deep as we did that year without a guy like Chris Williams. Had a great career. had an unbelievable year. This is a guy that had an injury, came back to school after being drafted as a junior because he didn't want to start his pro career injured. Came back to Clemson and had an unbelievable senior year and was unable to catch for us. I can't wait to see who takes him in the draft. They're going to get a special player and a special young man. Riley Gilliam. Riley Gilliam, one of the best closers in the country this year for us. Had a tremendous year. Grayson Bird. You know, we may lose Grayson Bird. We never know. Don't know what's going to happen in the draft, but if he gets a chance and he wants to go, we wish him the best. Grayson Bird battled injuries all year long. It's a kid that transferred here to get the opportunity to play. He wanted a second chance. It didn't work out at his first stop. He came here, sat out a year, worked his butt off, and had a great career for us. Alex Schnell, 4 years in our program, did some great things for us. Adam Renwick, another young man, put in his time, worked his butt off. A great young man. Patrick Cromwell came here, didn't play a lot as a junior. Came back his senior year, worked extremely hard, got a chance to play every day for us, and had a great senior year. Brooks Crawford. Brooks Crawford's a young man that we may lose after this year, so I want to make sure that I give him the recognition that he deserves. Another young man who we needed him to start for us this year after pitching out of our bullpen, and arguably was our best starter this year. And last but not least, Jake Higginbotham. Jake Higginbotham is another young man that we may lose this year to the draft. Battled injuries for 2 years. Had a tremendous year for us this year. But, you know, all these guys, I'm sure I'm missing somebody. But, you know, this team made a tremendous run, was extremely consistent. And tonight, obviously, is a really tough game to end the year on. And we all know that. But it should not define what this team accomplished. Again, our guys did an amazing job this year. I'm very, very proud of them. And I'm going to miss the guys that we're losing deeply. And I can't wait to get the young guys that we've got coming back. Can't wait to get started in the fall as we work as hard as we can to put ourselves in this position again.
Questions for the student athletes?
Chris just talked